Coming to a YouTube channel near you.
Well, what's going on there, ladies and gentlemen? Let's turn my mic up a little bit. Welcome there, Barb Hartman, Lorna, Midwest, Val Denise. Hello, Gary Spikes. Welcome, Michelle. Oh, Lorna. Hello there, Spirit James Higgins. Welcome to the show, everybody. Roger, little twisted in the head a little bit tonight. Hey, little twisted. How you doing there? Miguel Porto, where have you been, Miguel? Nice to see you there. And what about you, Jennifer?
How are you? I'm good. Hello, everyone.
Yeah,
busy Friday.
Yeah, happy Friday. Barb, check your messages, Barb. I think there's a hot case that you want to pursue, and I've got the scoop on it. So anyways, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, did you hear my chicken?
What the heck?
It's supposed to be applause, but somebody said it was a chicken. But anyways, we'll just do a little laughter. Yeah. So Moon at Noon. What do you mean it's not where? You didn't hear it? You didn't hear nothing?
No.
You don't hear this? Oh, my settings are off. Hey, Sonny, welcome to the show. Nice to see you there. Yeah, so I have no idea why my settings are not right. I've been working on the studio for hours today, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, that one sounds like Snoop Dogg's in the background.
You crack me up. Can anybody else hear that, or is it just me hearing it? My big monitor just turned on. You see it flashing?
Yeah.
It's crazy. I come back, and it's like, voila.
The dolls are mad.
I know. Everybody was asking about that, right? Welcome, Rita. Lovely Rita, Sonny. And yeah, so tonight, everybody. So Jennifer, I said, Jennifer, what's her case? And Jennifer says to me, Jeffrey Epstein. I'm like, okay. I didn't think nothing of it. I'm like, I thought she was playing a joke on the psychics. And then about 45 minutes later, she said, I have a case. I'm like, what do you mean? It's too late. She said, what do you mean it's too late? I'm like, I sent her the screenshot. I'm already producing it. She was like, that was a joke. You can't joke with me, ladies and gentlemen, because I will actually do it. I mean, it's just crazy. And I'm like, well, the surprise psychics, right? Well, Jeffrey Epstein, I hope we don't get swim with the fishes on this one with the government.
I said the same thing to my husband.
Die. I hope not. Oh, speaking of dying, everybody, hold on for a second. We do have to flash this. And no, It's not for beads. Hold on. Because you know where she lives and down there in Louisiana. I can't figure out where it's at. I mean, it's still the same. Oh, here we go. Now, did you hear the music?
A little.
Oh, my God. Whatever. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we have to throw that up there. All parties are innocent.
54.
All parties are innocent to proven guilty in a court of law. And if you're anyway facilitated with this case, and God bless you, because I don't know where it's going to go. But if I did end up disappearing, my car brakes end up going out, you know what happened. Blame the Clintons, right? So there we go. So Jennifer, you wanted to start it. So where do you want to start with this one? She's like, why'd you ask me?
Yeah, I'm like, all right. So I'm assuming most of us know who he was, Jeffrey Epstein.
Well, let's just do a rundown just to make sure. Yeah, why not?
So Jeffrey Epstein.
Hey, I just noticed something. You're not wearing your shirt.
I couldn't find the shirt.
She had a Jeffrey Epstein shirt. What did it say on it?
It was an eye chart that said Epstein didn't kill himself.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be great.
I was going to wear it and glasses.
Yeah, and I just realized she wasn't wearing it, ladies and gentlemen. I was like, what the heck? Why does everybody tease me? All right, go ahead, Jen.
No, I really have. It's actually my husband's shirt, and I asked him about it. He said, I think I still have it. I'm like, I think you threw it out more I thought about it, and I went through all his stuff. I can't find it. I don't understand his clothes filing system, so I just gave up, honestly.
That's awful.
We don't put things away the same. It's good. So August 10th, 2019, Epstein was found unresponsive, is the official term, in his cell in the Metropolitan Correctional Center in New York City. rushed to the hospital, CPR performed, pronounced dead. He had pled guilty in 2007 in Florida. He was arrested for, I don't know what the right words I can say about what he did.
He did everything to kids he shouldn't have done. That's pretty much what I would say, right?
He was arrested for that, but pled to lesser charges involving prostitution. I guess it's the best thing I can say. I don't know. So at that time, William Barr was our attorney general, right?
Right.
What are you taking a picture of?
I'm trying to get my other account up, and I got all these secure. Why? Can you see me?
Yes.
Oh, you can't. I got to take a picture of this barcode. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. No wonder it's not. I wonder. Yeah, I can't see nothing. So
at that time, William Barr was our attorney general. You know, Epstein was supposed to be on suicide watch. Part of that protocol is he is supposed to have another inmate in his cell. He had no inmate in his cell with him.
Right.
A few weeks before that, he was found semi-conscious with injuries around his neck, originally saying that the inmate in his cell with him at the time did it, and then later recanted and said he couldn't remember how it happened. On suicide watch, the protocol in this correctional center is the guards on duty have to fill out a log and check on the prisoner every 15 minutes.
That is correct.
And write down on this log what they observed. And the two guards on duty that night, the part of the surveillance video they still have showed that they were online shopping, and at one point eventually both fell asleep. Yeah.
Now, look, I've been in a lot of jails, right? So when you are working, it is very easy to fall asleep, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to discount that. That is, you get bored. Nothing usually happens. However, when it does happen, it's that moment to where you made that mistake and you fell asleep. It always happens, never fails.
Yeah.
All right. So what happened after that?
So there's supposed to be a surveillance video closer to his cell, but they only had surveillance video on the tier his cell was on. You could probably explain that. That's just the floor. Is that correct? The hallway.
Yeah. So you have different floors in the building, right? And think of it as a square, another square, and another square, and it depends on how many floors. So one camera can hit 3 floors, right, at one angle. So they don't have to put a bunch of cameras up. So yes, that makes sense.
So, but they were supposed to have another one closer to it. The footage they released said that they didn't show anyone entering the tier his cell was on. They interviewed inmates that were in cells around him, and the inmates that they interviewed issued statements saying, "We didn't hear anything." But this was days after. And even Barr, when he originally released his statement, said, "This doesn't make sense, and conspiracy theories are going to go crazy the day that the news broke."
So let's think about this for a second, right? So you're in jail and somebody gets whacked, right?
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything. Mm-mm.
Exactly.
Yep.
I saw nothing. I don't know what you talking about. I was asleep.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, absolutely. So so I don't believe any of that at all.
Also, there's also the motto in jail and prison: snitches get stitches. So
that is true. That is true. So, and when you're messing with Big Brother, and I better watch what I say. I mean, with the damn fishes. I don't know, because this is a strange case. I know, right? A little twisted. And Barb, hey, Ren, nice to see you on the show. Yeah, a little twisted. Everybody cleared out the cameras too. Now there was some missing footage, ladies and gentlemen. They
said that the reports say that the missing footage was when they asked the correctional facility, they had to go back and save footage before it was wrote over, right? And so when the reports are when they went and said, "Okay, here's the footage, we saved it for you." By that time, anything else involving that night was already wrote over, and they saved the wrong footage.
I don't buy it. I do not buy it, ladies and gentlemen. So here's the deal, right? This billionaire has been having these SA contacts with these underage, you know what?
Yeah.
And so have other politicians and famous people around the world. And they were safe because he kept a book, right? He kept this book that nobody knew about. Mm-hmm. And he kept track who was coming and going from the island and everything. And this is crazy, right? Eric's already getting excited. Eric, I love it when you get excited. What's up, Scott? But you stop and think about this. So this guy is knowing that one day he's going to be like, I got you, suckers.
Yeah.
Now it's because he had this all the way. And what was really strange that I found is that when he got arrested, nobody would hand over the book.
Well, his alleged partner in all of this, I thought she disappeared after this. And I think she has had the book. And
no,
when
the FBI and somebody else had the book. Because they wouldn't release the content. They would not release the contents of the book. They're like, ah. So, yeah, why is that?
Mm-hmm.
So who were they protecting?
Exactly. But I thought the Maxwell, his partner in crime, allegedly, I thought she had a copy of something too. Because when
she did,
they arrested her, the whole joke was, don't let her end up like Epstein. You know, everyone's watching. And everyone was on pins and needles. Okay, we're going to hear more names. And the longer time went on, the more you heard nothing. You still haven't heard anything about her.
Oh, hell no. You won't. It's done over with, just like Biden's laptop.
Yes. Very
but
much.
I'm just saying, it is what it is, right? But what's sad, though, is that he knew that he was going to blow the whistle. It was all coming out, ladies and gentlemen. Everything was coming out.
Yeah, it was for sure. So, but anyway, so if you guys want to hear like a couple news, I found it interesting. I kind of did this like chronologically, I suppose.
Right.
So we have a news report. I'll play a couple. I want you to pay attention. You know, I get news. They're going to change based on new information. But that's not how I took these at all.
Really?
That is not how I took these. Because, you know, out of sight, out of mind, you know, we sometimes forget. I mean, that's how the other side's running their campaign now. Oh, forget about that. That's not true. Da, 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 da. I mean, they're trying to spin sell everything. And so that's just kind of how I took some of this. And I did try to go to various news sources. So, but let me get this other one up here real quick.
I just had an FBI warning flash across my screen.
Are you kidding me?
No, I did not. And I was trying to click on Jeffrey Epstein's news media pictures, and it like disappeared. It was black and red, and it took up my whole damn screen. I never seen that before.
Ruh-roh.
Oh, well, who cares? We're going to keep going. So that was interesting.
Okay, we'll call that interesting.
Yeah, that was interesting.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, here you go.
Eric's like, oh, I have. Eric, where you been? Hello, Melinda. I was just thinking about you, Melinda. How are you doing? I hope you're driving fine with three amigos across the country. Anyways, here we go. In action.
According to reports, federal charges are imminent against the guards who are supposed to investigation into how exactly Jeffrey Epstein died while in custody in Manhattan prison. According to reports, federal charges are imminent against the guards who are supposed to be guarding Jeffrey Epstein. Reportedly, the guards have already declined a plea deal offer. Ed Gavin is a former NYPD officer, now works as a private investigator and joins us today. Ed, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
So these guards, I mean, even the mayor of New York, who I think is usually kind of out of it, Bill de Blasio, weighed in and seemed to kind of attack these guards. Tell us what charges they may be facing and what it means that they declined a plea deal.
Well, if they're facing charges, it would be for failing to efficiently perform their duties. As correction officers, they're required to make tours at frequent intervals, I believe in the special housing area every half hour. but it could be a fishing expedition on the part of the feds too, because I think if they had enough evidence to make the arrest, they probably would have collared these officers already. And if their attorneys are telling them not to take the plea deal, there's got to be something more to it. Now, if the cameras weren't working, that's to their advantage. I mean, they can say, look, we made our tours every half hour. The cameras aren't working, unless they're going to interview inmates and they're going to take the words of inmates.
That's true.
Say, well, the officers were sleeping, or the officers were making their required tours of inspection. It all depends on what the investigation shows.
You have a very high-profile prisoner whose life has apparently been threatened. Before the purported suicide, he was quoted as saying he feared for his life. How strange is it, in your view, that there were no cameras trained on his cell or in the hallway outside?
Well, it's patently outrageous. I mean, you have a special housing area, and he's arguably probably the most high-profile pretrial detainee in federal BOP history. Now, I mean, the feds messed this up from the onset. I mean, initially, this individual, Mr. Epstein, was placed in a cell with Nicholas Tartaglione, who's a former Briarcliff Manor police officer who was charged in a quadruple murder. He was in protective custody as a police officer. He was taken out of protective custody, and he immediately received a wanton gratuitous beating to the point where they had to put a metal plate in his orbital. So why would you put Jeffrey Epstein in a cell with this guy? You know, I mean, Jeffrey Epstein, for all intents and purposes, is a sex offender. He's a second-time offender, and you're going to put him in a cell with this guy? That didn't make any sense. And then to take him off of suicide watch, that doesn't make any sense at all. What he should have done, what should have happened is he should have been taken to a municipal hospital like Bellevue, where he could have been evaluated by a psychiatrist. And that didn't happen. So what do? They put him in a cell by himself, okay? And they put him on a floor with a correction officer who's not even a certified correction officer. And then you have Michael Baden, a world-renowned pathologist. He comes along. He looks at Jeffrey Epstein. He does his own independent autopsy, and he's been doing this for 50 years. He's done over 20,000 autopsies. And Michael Baden determines that the injuries that Jeffrey Epstein sustained are not consistent with suicide by hanging, but rather suicide by strangulation. So the only thing that I can think that might have happened is maybe the officers weren't doing their jobs. Maybe they were sleeping. Maybe unknown individuals, inmates, officers, civilians, I don't know, went into Jeffrey Epstein's cell, strangled him, and then put a ligature around his neck to make it seem like he was hung, like there was a hanging. I mean, what else could possibly have gone wrong there?
Under normal circumstances, I would say, Ed, that's crazy. But under these circumstances, I'm not going to say that because it's clearly not crazy. Ed, thanks so much for coming on tonight. Appreciate it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, so let's think about this for a minute. So if I go over and jump across my desk and land on top of Jennifer and strangle her with my hands, there are certain bones that will break in her neck. Okay. Y'all don't know this unless you know medical or know about strangulation or study it. But there are certain bones that will break. There are certain bones that will break when you hang yourself. And there are other contusions and marks that indicate that you have been strangled by hanging. Mm-hmm. So when you do an autopsy, ladies and gentlemen, you know what the hell happened? And when somebody says that you may just strangle somebody with some hands and put a sheet around them and be like, there you go. All right, we're done. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. So, all right, where are we at here?
Now, before you get started, now they said suicide watch, right? Now, ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about suicide watch in a facility, the first thing they do, they strip you of everything that you have on you, clothes, everything. Not you are butthole naked. Let me hit the laugh button. You are straight naked. Nothing in that room that you can hurt yourself, poke yourself, jab yourself, jump off of. Nothing.
So on that note, they released more information last year, including a video of his cell at the time. Shall we watch that?
No, are you serious? Yes, I want to see it. I always love a good conspiracy. Yeah, Sonny says,
I don't believe he's dead.
So somebody's actually caught him allegedly on video. So yes, and called his name out. That was wild. And the guy ended up disappearing.
Jeez.
Yeah, he sure did. I'm ready. Wow. Oh, I didn't know it was down there. I'm sorry.
missing video is raising still more questions in the investigation of the federal jail cell death of convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Federal prosecutors said yesterday video of Epstein's jail cell when he made his first suicide attempt no longer exists. That's a quote. Epstein died by suicide weeks later on August 10th. The well-connected 66-year-old was accused of sexually abusing dozens of underage girls. Mola Lenghi reports on the growing criticism of the jail where Epstein was held.
A recent 60 Minutes broadcast shows
No way.
where Jeffrey Epstein hanged himself last August. But now there's new focus on the suicide attempt Epstein before he died. Video of the cell exterior where Epstein first tried to end his life was sent to federal investigators and restored last week. But on Thursday, prosecutors said it's the wrong video. In a letter, federal prosecutors said the jail inadvertently preserved video from the wrong tier at the jail. And as a result, video from outside the defendant's cell no longer exists. CBS News legal analyst Ricky Kleeman.
When I read this letter, I had to reread it because I said, this just can't be happening. This is madness.
Nicholas Tartaglione was Epstein's cellmate at the Metropolitan Correctional Center for the weeks between Epstein's July arrest and his first suicide attempt. Bruce Barquette is Tartaglione's attorney.
It is the worst facility, jail or prison, that I've been to in 35 years of practicing law.
The missing jail cell video could reignite speculation of a cover-up as the detention facility continues to be under fire for multiple failures before Epstein died in custody.
When you've got videotape,
He's blue.
cameras not working, guards allegedly not being where they're supposed to be, it's no wonder that Jeffrey Epstein is dead.
These things can happen, right?
These things can happen, but they all shouldn't happen in one place.
And Mola Lenghi is outside the facility in New York City. Mola, good morning. These things can happen, but all of them happening? What did the jail have to say about this lost video?
Well, Tony, they've had nothing to say so far to us when we've reached out to them. The MCC, through the Bureau of Prisons, which of course oversees the MCC, declined to comment, citing the ongoing investigation into Jeffrey Epstein's death, which really comes as no surprise. The BOP has remained silent on all things Epstein throughout the course of this investigation into Jeffrey Epstein's death, which, by the way, Tony, 5 months ago today, Epstein died.
Thank you very much. We should remember the stakes here. I mean,
well, it's an almost incomprehensible series of coincidences, if you will.
I thought Ricky was dead on summing it up as she always is. When she said it's maddening, number one, it's very suspicious. And when she also said all these things can happen, but in one place, time after time, I don't know. A lot of questions there.
All right, I'm going to go back.
Did you see his body? He was blue. Yeah, he was expired.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, he was DOA.
Here. That's the
there is no way. I'm telling you right now, ladies and gentlemen, there is no way that was his cell on a suicide watch. I just can't believe it. No.
They said there's extra linens and things in there. Yeah, more than normal.
When we used to raid cells, we used to take their extra linens and they would cry, because that was extra. Well, extra linens, get it? But that was just, I don't want to say extra, but it is extra. And it was nice for them to have it.
Yeah, it's not your basics. You only get your basics. And
we would confiscate all that. I hate doing that. I hate that in the jail.
Yep. So that's so that was 4 months after he passed.
Little Twist is like, that's a false picture. And Sonny's like, I believe he's in witness protection. Sonny, let me tell you something. I don't know if you can get any deader than that body, because that was pretty DOA. I mean, I was like, that he's gone. But so here's the deal. So anytime you are supposed to have regular routines throughout a facility sorry, that's my big monitor. I keep turning it off, keeps coming back on. But you're supposed to have regular intervals. Their intervals at their facility was 30 minutes. And they're supposed to keep track of where they go, what time they go, where they went to, what they saw, they're supposed to document that, right? So, but what's really weird, that was in 2019, correct?
Yes.
So that's 5 years ago, and we haven't heard another word.
Nope. In fact, I actually have on his first suicide watch.
Oh, yeah, Kyle Smith. The person can actually get code. I've actually thought a person was DOA. And when I rubbed their face and it was ice, and they looked at me and I about died. I'm like, anyways.
So I actually have a copy from a news source of his of the vlog when he was first on Suicide Watch. He was only on Suicide Watch at that point for 2 days. So if you want to, I'll let you see what they were doing then. Just give me a minute to make sure I figure out the right one.
I've been a trustee. Suicide Watch gets a green turtle suit and no clothes and nothing to sell, no play. Yeah, I know. You're right. You don't, Scott. I know. I used to. Yes, I know. It was just a blue head. I love you guys. You crack me up. I know you can't hear my laughing button. I got to fix that.
Oh, you know what? I just heard it. And yes, it does sound like chickens. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. So I have the chronological log for Staff Suicide Watch observers only. So here's what was released. This was part of the documents that were released last year, these thousands and thousands of pages. So here we go. Name of inmate.
Right.
Register number.
Right.
Date watch began and ended. July 23rd, 2019 to July 24th. Notice he died August 10th. Here's the procedures. Check one of the following. The initial logbook for the Suicide Watch, enter date to begin. So date and time. Instructions to the observer. 15 minutes. Legibly print and sign your name at the beginning of your shift. Okay. So here you go. 7:23. So look at this. Inmate lying. And so that's 5 minutes, 15 minutes. Redacted. I don't know what that means. So there's something going on here.
Redacted means it was taken out.
Right. But then look, inmate sitting on bed trying to remember what happened. That's when they say his first attempt was. Okay.
What do you mean? What the hell? Remember? Did he try to kill himself?
They are claiming that he tried once before.
Oh, that's right. Right. Okay.
You know, he tried at this point. And so it says, so that 2:15, it's redacted for some reason. So they're not releasing that detail. So inmate sitting on bed, trying to remember what happened and lying on bed. I think you would remember if you tried to do it to yourself.
So stop right there.
Yeah.
That was all written at one time.
Well, yeah, it was. Same handwriting, and you don't write that lined up unless you're writing it at the same time.
No, this is all written at one time, yes.
And it's the same, obviously the same person. I would say that's not. But look at this. That's the last of it. And then whatever is over here, you have more of initials. That the initials were all redacted too.
Ooh. You know, Putin, if he wants you dead, he'll just go kill you. Why don't the government just do that instead of doing this? I mean, I hate to be rude or crude, but that was all written at once. So when I look at handwriting analysis, I look at how you write and how you indent and all that, right? Mm-hmm. And that was written all at one time. Because when it's not written at one time, look at the difference. And I don't know if I can, hold on, let me see if I can pull one up. The inmate was removed the day before. Somebody else said that once too. Let's
the day before that. Wow. So the inmate was removed August 9th. That's correct. But that's not protocol. Protocol states on Suicide Watch, you're supposed to have someone else in there with you for this correctional facility. They're all a little different. Even though for the Bureau of Prisons, they all do what they want.
That's not a good example. That's awful. Hold on. Keep talking.
So
yeah, I totally agree with you on that.
BOP has their own, for federal, they have their own rules. They're all supposed to be the same, but they're not. And even though I don't think this was a federal, is this federal? I don't remember if this was
federal. I think yes.
that was a federal facility. It's closed now. It's actually it's shuttered up now. So they have to operate within that code, but it's up to the warden as to how they interpret that code, and basically they can kind of do what they want.
All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I got a good example. Sorry it took me a minute. I didn't know I was going to do this. All right, so this is what I don't have a touch screen, but can you see that to the left? That desk journal?
Yeah.
Now, if you look real quick, bam, all the way down, what do you see? Different handwriting.
Yeah, from
It's the same person.
Okay.
This was not written at one time.
Right.
This was written in different intervals. That's why you have different impressions, different thickness of inks, and all that stuff.
Yeah, because you may not always use the same pen either.
That is correct. So that's what I'm saying. When I first saw that, I was like, oh, hell no, that's all written at one time, one get. So I just want to throw it out there to show you guys that somebody's trying to pull another wool over your eyes. Big brother.
Mm-hmm.
So Eric, I had some classes on this, and I love handwriting analysis. So, but when I saw it, I was like, whoa, that's not right. So yes. Hello, Pancho. Welcome to the show. Round of applause for you. But yeah, it's interesting because not only are the bones broken in his neck that are not the right bones, they're supposed to be broken, but nothing is adding up, and everybody in the world's like, is my name going to be mentioned? Is my name going to be shown in the book? And somebody's got control of that book. We know who's got who's got control of Jeffrey Epstein's book?
Sorry, I don't know that.
She said she didn't know that. Yeah, you do know that. Quit lying. Hey, Alexa, are you working for the government?
No, I work for Amazon.
She's lying again. Anyways.
So now the two guards on duty, right?
Right.
They faced, fine, Tucker Carlson and Fox News. And I can share my screen if you want to see it.
Yeah.
Published January 25th, 2023. And I've highlighted a little text here that I thought might be kind of interesting because, so we have to improve things, punish people who don't do what they're supposed to do, all these other things, right? So here's what he says in his report. Do you ready?
Yes. Oh, okay. It's down there. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's okay. So I have it highlighted. The only people ever punished for grotesque malfeasance surrounding Epstein's death were two low-level guards who fell asleep on duty that night. Both pled guilty to falsifying government records, but last year, with no real explanation, an Obama-appointed judge dropped all charges against both of them, and one of the guards may still work for the federal government.
Shut the front door. I mean,
and I'm going to scroll up here so you can see.
You can't make this up.
Everyone can see this is Tucker Carlson, a look into the strange circumstances around Jeffrey Epstein's death. It's a 15-minute thing. But that was one of the things. It's that they literally nobody has been held accountable. Nobody, literally.
Barb, you crack me up because I can literally see Barb doing that right now. A little twist is like boom. So falsifying government records, that is interesting because once you ever falsify government records, you cannot work in another capacity for any government office or function ever again. Same thing in law enforcement. So, I mean, you're all going to get us swim with the fishies with all this Hillary and conspiracy theories, guys. My Lord, I love you to death, people. But yeah, so, it's just the surrounding of the death in the beginning, right? Makes you wonder. Mm-hmm. The medical examiner's diagnosis is just like, that was off, right?
Yep. There's also something else from his attorney. Let's see if I can find it. Effectively, his attorney, do I have his name? His attorney at the time. So his attorneys met with him the night before they found him dead. And the attorney is basically saying he was in good spirits. even quoted a saying with the psychologist, if I can find that too. If
he
not,
didn't know he was going to die.
Here we go.
I mean,
in an AP guys, the Associated Press, Washington News, June 1st, 2023, it says, yet even after a 30-hour stint on suicide watch, Epstein insisted he wasn't suicidal, telling a jail psychologist he had a wonderful life and would be crazy to end it. Yes.
No way.
Yep. And so let's bring this up so people can see it and they don't think.
No way. That is insane.
I'm not. And that we don't get in trouble and we're showing the things we're supposed to see. Is that the right one? Here we go. Yep. I'm ready. Right here. You got it? You got it?
Yeah, it's up.
So this is where I'm saying Epstein insisted he wasn't suicidal, telling a jail psychologist he had a wonderful life and would be crazy to end it. So we're going to scroll up. Where's our source here? Okay, everyone, AP, Washington News. Everyone see this? So this isn't Jen making things up. And I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to see if I can find the other part from his attorney, because his attorney was saying that they met the day before and Jeffrey was in good spirits. In fact, they were working on a motion against his charges. And the attorney saying this wasn't strategy like this, snowball's chance. And you know what, let's just throw something out there and hope something sticks. They had actually felt they had a very good chance of getting a lot of this motion granted. And Epstein, after they left, excused himself and told the jail he was calling his mom, who had died 15 years earlier. But he got some kind of unauthorized phone and ended up calling somebody. And I cannot find anything as to whether they ever figured out who he called that night.
You are, yes, the government always knows who you're calling in and out of facility. But if he used another phone.
Basically they're saying that he had an unauthorized phone. So he did not use a phone that would have been monitored by the facility.
Now, I wonder how in the heck did he get that into the cell? I mean, exactly. Let's be realistic.
Right. I cannot find that, but I will find that for next week. And that way we can at least back up what I'm saying, and we don't get in trouble for Jen just making stuff up when I didn't.
That's wild.
It is, and listen, it's not to say that unauthorized phones don't get snuck into facilities all the time.
Oh, yes, they do. I mean, it happens. We see it on TV. We see it on the news. We see everything else. Yeah. Scott, I knew somebody was going to be talking about a prison person.
Oh, gee.
Anyways, it's not who it's who. Wait a minute. I can't say it right. I'm trying to keep from laughing. It's not what you know. It's who you know. There you go. Hey, welcome, Gene Hudson. Welcome to the party. But yeah, I mean, you're right. It happens.
Who's to say the guards didn't give it to him? You don't know. Nobody knows how he got it. Nobody knows.
If Jeffrey Epstein's in jail and I'm the guard and you want my phone, go screw yourself.
I'd be like,
Epstein asked for my phone. Where's my Sarge?
Yeah.
He wants my phone. Yeah,
yep.
No.
Mm-mm. I would totally say, I'm not getting in trouble.
I'm not breathing on you.
No.
Man, what is up with my lighting? It's like my teeth is like pink 1 minute, yellow the minute, blue the next. But yeah, it was. I know it was. I was a trap. All right, Scott, you got a purse. Anyways, but it's just what's really sad is about this case is that there's so much mystery, and he was going to tell it all, ladies and gentlemen. It was all coming out, and somebody, I think, had to go in there and whack him. And I don't know if it was other prisoners. I don't know if it was other guards. I have no idea. But I guess we're going to find out because I can't wait to start getting messages back from the psych. He's like, are you for real? Blame Jennifer. As a joke. And I ran with it. I was all right. She want to do Jeffrey? We'll do Jeffrey. I don't care. So, yeah. We are a completely captured country, a little twisted, because we are so easily swindled and befogled, and people believe it. You know, when I saw Biden as a 6'4" man and Biden as a 5'8" man walking side by side on that airport, I'm not saying it's not AI or whatever, but it's like, what the hell? You know, and then his faces. That's not Biden.
No.
Anyways, don't even get me started on politics. Hey, Gene. Yeah.
Well, I mean, notice he had COVID, but no one around him or him was wearing a mask. Anywho.
Uh-oh, Pancho must be in love. He's like, is it just me? Or is it Bigfoot Outlaws? Grizzly's guest, always entertaining, drop a bill or too gorgeous. Yeah, it's just a fascinating because the case has never been solved, right? And nobody has ever came forward to be like, I know what happened. Nobody.
No.
And if I knew what happened, I would have left the country. I wouldn't stick around. I don't want my brakes to go out. I want my car to blow up. Yes.
Yeah.
I know so many naive people. You're right. But I just don't get it.
Our memory as a country is so short term. It really is. We forget what happened yesterday with this stuff. And then a lot of organizations and other outlets prey on that.
Yes. Yeah, they really do.
We are a society that can't remember why we just walked in the room sometimes.
I'm beside myself. So, ladies and gentlemen, all right. So let's take a poll before we end the show. How are the psychics or the people with abilities going to do with this case? Any predictions of what's going to come forward? I'm thinking a couple of them is like, I don't want to touch this. I'm sorry, I'm not touching this.
Was just going to say that. I wonder if any of them are even going to touch this.
Yeah. Gene says, I have to say, I just found out we have people in space that may not even get home. What? Something?
Yeah, the space station. There's 2 astronauts on the space station that are stuck there, but the news is reporting that they're trying not to bring them home because they're trying to learn they're trying to use it as a teaching moment.
What do you mean teaching moment? What's wrong with people? I just had this conversation with you before. I just asked Jennifer before the show, what is wrong with people?
Yeah.
Tell me what. Oh, you're gonna die. We're gonna watch you die. Something's wrong with this.
They also said, I heard this last week, that if they had to bring them home, like if there was an emergency, I don't know, then
what do you mean an emergency?
They could. I'm like, okay. I
tell you what, I watch movies. And I watch what happens when people come back home and get revenge. You know, look at Rambo. He wasn't happy.
No.
I can't believe that the specs that is so wild. Y'all just blew my mind. I just was not ready for that. All right.
Scott, actually, Scott's right. SpaceX has actually said, if you need our help, we'll go up and get him too.
Yeah, what's his name? I can't think of his name. Tesla, whatever. Yeah. Elon. Go Elon. Hey, Keto, nice to have you. So don't even talk to me about Keto, about Biden. You're gonna get me so fired up. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So what are the people with abilities gonna think? Are they gonna be like, I'm not doing this case? Are they gonna be all for it? Or what do you think's gonna happen? What do you think they're gonna come back with? I'm kind of curious. What's your all thoughts?
How many
crickets?
How many are you going to send it to? We'll start there. How many are you going to send? I'm
going to send it to the whole group. I'm just going to send it to the whole group. Yeah.
So that's how many? How many? What
I don't even know now because we did some
reconfiguring.
All right, a little twisted. Elon. What about everybody's not paying attention? So we'll submit the picture and we'll see what they have to say. I'm curious to see the feedback. That's for sure. This is going to be outstanding. And it's all Jennifer's fault because she picked it. And it was a joke. And I was already doing the commercials and promos for it. She's like, no, I got a case. It's like, too late now. Anyways, we got to have a little fun on top of it. So What are we going to do if we actually come up with something? Are we the only people who are going to know?
No, I don't.
What do you mean? No.
No, I mean, I don't think anyone's going to
Thank you,
do anything
Jane.
with it. Listen, I've already worked on something where a certain agency contacted my friend helping me out, telling him to stop looking in it. And it was an innocent, it was an innocent thing about a property dispute. So
that don't sound good. Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
wait, I said, wait, what?
Oh yeah, Penny Van. I'll tell you right now, he was off. Yes, he was off. He thought he was safe. He was not. I'll tell you that, because why would he tell his doctor and psychiatrist, I want to kill myself? What's wrong with you? I'm a millionaire, billionaire, whatever he is.
Well, and his brother's hiring the people to look into everything for him, and his brother's richer than he was. So he's not doing anything to lost his money.
You're right. I thought Eric just said, yeah, you can really submit it to the government. Hey, I ain't gonna submit this to the government. We'll all be up on my gravestone and tombstones. Everybody's gonna come visit us. So, but no, I agree with Penny Van. He knew too much. He was getting ready to disclose too much. And man, he had a lot of ties with people. My God, a lot of ties.
Yeah.
So everybody's fighting over a bill and a blue dress. What's that? What? What? Don't tell me somebody just set me up.
No, that's talking about the Monica Lewinsky dress from the dry cleaners.
Oh my God. Yeah, I thought, really? Oh my Lord. I wonder why you start laughing. I got nervous. I was like, no, not again. Not on the air.
No, there was no pineapple in there.
There goes Barb. Do you know what? No, I ain't even talk about that. But yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks to Jennifer, we got a case. Melinda's like, are we really doing Jeffrey Epstein? Yeah, we're doing Jeffrey Epstein. All right. Welcome to the party. She's like, oh my. Yes. You're so easy. Stop it, Kyle. Because anyways, I give up with you guys. A little twisted. Show him in Jen. No, Epstein had that picture in his house. What?
Show him. Epstein. Oh, okay. They're saying that there was a picture in Epstein's house of Hillary.
Really?
Yeah, I'll have to look for it. I didn't know about that.
Hey, Paranormal Pixie, welcome to the show. Nice to see you. Eric said that's what she said. Eric, I love you to death, man. She said, look it up. I'm going to look it up. Y'all crack me up. So, yes. So, we will actually submit this to you. Brian's like, at least Monica started at the top. Wow. Okay. I ain't going to read that one.
Yeah.
I stopped real quick. Thank you, Brian. So, we will get this submitted to the panel, and let's see what they come up with. And we will go from there, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget, we got Project Blue Book coming up tonight. It's going to be fascinating, interesting with Christopher. And he's going to be surprised to see me because he does not know I'm back yet. So, and I'm still unloading. And I'm like, man, I want to unload more. I'm tired of unpacking, but we're going to get it done. So, anything else, Jennifer?
No, I'm good. Got to go work.
Yeah, you got next week's case after this one already, don't you? God bless her, God. Yeah, I gotta love her to death. You know, I really thought she was wanted to work on the case. No, it was just a joke. But we did it anyway. So who's the joke on now? But from coast to coast, around the world, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you tonight at 9. Bye-bye. Godspeed.
near you.